Well, it has been more than 24 hours now since the explosion which rocked the Upper Big Branch mine here in rural West Virginia. And as this community mourns the 25 who died, rescue teams are already preparing to go after the 4 who are still unaccounted for, in the fading hope that they still may be alive. Crews today bulldozed a road to the mine and set up 4 drills. They're now boring down to ventilate the toxic air so rescuers can go back inside. But they don't expect the drills to reach the site of the explosion before noon tomorrow. It's been a race against time from the moment of yesterday's deadly blast.
It's quite evident that something went very wrong here for us to have the magnitude of this explosion.
The tragedy unfolded 1,000 feet underground and 1.5 miles into the sprawling mine. The explosion is believed to have happened during a shift change. 3 groups of miners were underground at the time of the blast. One group of 9 was leaving the site in a vehicle known as a man trip. 7 of those miners were killed in the blast. 2 others were injured. A second group of 18 miners was thought to be working further inside the mine. All of them were killed. A third group of 4 miners was deepest inside the mine. They are still unaccounted for, although the hope is they made it to rescue chambers that have food and water for 4 days.
Train rails that go back in look like they've been twisted like a pretzel. That's horrific. That's an explosion that is just beyond proportion.
This is what longwall coal mining in places like the Upper Branch mine looks like. Huge machines separating coal from seams in the rock face in a very confined space. Investigators haven't identified the cause of the blast, but initial reports indicate that it may have been caused by methane, a highly combustible, odorless gas and primary byproduct of coal mining. Mining is a dangerous business. Everyone here has a story of an uncle or an in-law who's been hurt or even killed in a mining accident. And while the last 2 years have been the safest in U.S. mining history, no one here has been deluded into thinking this is work without risk. Underscoring that risk is the questionable safety record of mine owners Massey Energy Company. In 2009 alone, the Upper Big Branch mine had over 450 safety violations, racking up nearly $900,000 in fines, an issue the state is taking seriously.
We have to get into this investigation. It's going to be lengthy. We need to find every single thing we possibly can that possibly went wrong and make sure that it doesn't happen again.
For now, though, that is little consolation to this small mining town. While some continue to hold out hope that the 4 remaining miners will still be rescued, families of the dead are trying to come to terms with the tragedy.
Just have to depend on the Lord. That's all you can do. This is a great loss to our family.
This was the deadliest mine disaster in the United States since a mine fire in Utah killed 27 men back in 1984.